What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode on my channel. As always, I'm Jay, and today, guys, breaking news: Scarlett Johansson and Disney have finally settled out of court. So that's right, guys, both parties came to a mutual agreement, and there's a bunch of different articles that are kind of talking about this, and I really wanted to kind of dip into it and kind of give my thoughts on the subject and just kind of see what the heck is kind of going on, as it were. So let's take a look at this article from Hollywood Reporter here real quick. Scarlett Johansson, Disney settle explosive Black Widow lawsuit. Scarlett Johansson and Disney have settled a breach of contract lawsuit over the star's Black Widow payday, the Hollywood Reporter has learned. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. "I'm happy to have resolved our differences with Disney," stated Johansson. "I'm incredibly proud of the work we've done together over the years and have greatly enjoyed my creative relationship with the team. I look forward to continuing our collaboration in the years to come." Disney Studios chairman Alan Bergman added, "I'm very pleased that we have been able to come to a mutual agreement with Scarlett Johansson regarding Black Widow. We appreciate her contributions to Marvel's cinematic universe and look forward to working together on a number of upcoming projects, including Disney's Tower of Terror." The explosive suit filed by the actress in July in Los Angeles Superior Court claimed that the studio sacrificed the film's box office potential in order to grow its fledgling Disney Plus streaming service. Disney countered that Johansson was paid $20 million for the film. The settlement brings to a close a back-and-forth PR battle that pitted the CAA rep star against Disney and was poised to have dramatic implications for all Hollywood's major studios. Johansson's cause received support in the industry, with the talent and executives, including Jamie Lee Curtis, Marvel's WandaVision star Elizabeth Olsen, and mogul Jason Blum, speaking out on her behalf. At the time of the complaint, a Disney spokesperson said in part, "The lawsuit is especially sad and distressing in its callous disregard for the horrific and prolonged global effects of the COVID-19 pandemic." CAA co-chairman Brian Lord shot back that Disney shamelessly and falsely accused Ms. Johansson of being insensitive to the global COVID pandemic in an attempt to make her appear to be someone they and I know she isn't. Yeah, so wow, so apparently the deals that were made out of court were very mutually beneficial, and I didn't even realize that they were doing a Tower of Terror film, and it looks like Johansson's going to be working on it now, especially after everything's cleared up, and it does look like Disney will be working with her in the future. Now, is that to say that she's going to be doing any more Black Widow stuff or whatnot? Potentially, maybe not, but all in all, I think this is good for Disney, most of all, because they did not want a kind of back and forth like it was going on for the longest time between them and her, basically playing hardball. They were accusing her of being insensitive to the COVID-19 things going on and the pandemic and everything, but she was also firing back, saying that she was, as the article later describes, that her contract was strictly for a theatrical release and that it was not having any issues where there would be a Disney Plus or streaming simultaneously or anything like that. And again, we all have seen the drastic box office drops, or not even kind of cutting it, with other superhero films who should be blockbuster record breakers and stuff like that. Shang-Chi notwithstanding, and even then it's not really the, top tier kind of grossing film that it should have been had the pandemic not really been going on. And even though it's not Disney Plus simultaneously released, it still did suffer for at least hundreds of millions that they could have made beyond that if it actually had been the correct kind of social climate and everything. Now, as far as this goes, I did find it very interesting for all the mudslinging that they did, that they were able to come to an agreement. Overall, again, better for Marvel Disney in this case, because other parts of Hollywood were really starting to kind of shake it up and everything and kind of really come to Johansson's defense. Now, someone, just a normal Joe like me or anybody else looking at this would roll their eyes and say, "Hey, first world problems. Wow, I can't get more than, I can't get a new yacht or whatever because I didn't make that extra $5 million or whatever." But when it comes to things about like contracts and all that other stuff, it's really kind of binding and stuff, and it's not really cool whenever any job, no matter if you're a movie star or if you're working at a regular everyday job, if you sign a contract for something, if they say they're going to pay you something and they promise something and then they breach that, this is a precedent that should not be broken, and clearly it's illegal if they did. And obviously they settled out of court, and the amount and all the terms were undisclosed because Disney doesn't want to look bad. Now, going forward, I'm sure that Disney is absolutely going to re-examine its contracts here and there, and they're going to be dotting their I's and crossing their T's, especially since this whole thing has transpired, because they don't want this shit to happen again, and they're definitely going to be kind of keeping an eye on that. I mean, you look at all the Marvel stars now, I'm sure ever since RDJ and Chris Evans kind of retired, and as we're kind of going further in the films and we lose the Chris Hemsworths, as we just lost the Scarlett Johanssons and so on and so forth, they're going to kind of slowly renew or wind down the contracts to something that's a little bit more, manageable for them, I'm sure. As much as they say that they're for the fans and everything like that, it's still a business. It's going to be run like a business, and you know that they're going to try and cut corners or save costs and not have to pay as much as they're going to have to, unless they're going to have to, rather, because they're trying to make that money. And especially since the money has kind of been dripping and losing and kind of hemorrhaging as of late with everything going on in the current state of the world, they're definitely looking to make sure that they're, not really getting bogged down in the red too much, I'm sure. But overall, I think this is very interesting. It's kind of like another one of those things that, magically resolves itself when both mutual parties come to the table, apparently. Overall, I wonder how everything's going to play out. Again, surprised at that Tower of Terror movie. Last I heard, they were working on the Haunted Mansion movie, I remember, which they did do a remake way back when with Eddie Murphy, which I did not get to see. But, we'll see how that turns out, and we'll see what the future holds for Disney and Scarlett Johansson, whether that's Marvel or original Disney property related. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the subject. Like, comment, and subscribe if you dug the video. And if you are subscribed, hit that bell button. That way you never miss a moment of my content. But until next time, guys, as always, I'm Jay. So take care, and bye.